Is CeeDee Lamb now being used the way that Cowboys fans have wanted?
No.
No?
But close.
Okay. All right.
We're getting there.
So, check this out. I decided to do a little digging, a little researching.
I want to make an addendum to what I just said.
Okay.
He's still working on it, on the execution of it. I think that actually the Cowboys are making an effort to say, let's give you all the volume of targets.
Okay.
You're going to be the focal point.
Okay.
You got to still earn that title though. But I think the Cowboys are there. But man, I'm thinking a lot of Cowboys fans are like, no, I need 2 touchdowns a game, 130 yards a game. Like I need big time numbers. He's not quite there yet.
Okay, 98 catches, 1,224 yards, 9 touchdowns. Let's say that's the outcome because that's what he's on pace for right now. 98 catches, 1,224 yards, 9 touchdowns.
It's a good season.
All would be career highs for him, but
that'd be awesome.
Does that fall short of expectations for some?
Yeah, and I mean, like you're signing the contract for him, Kevin. You're getting ready to make this new, hey, you're our number one wide receiver.
Right.
Are you giving him $20 million for those stats? Because I think that falls more closer to the 16 range.
Yeah, and that's what's tough about it because then he'll get that money elsewhere.
Exactly, and you also have to sit back and say, we had a backup quarterback this year, and what is he like with Dak? If he's putting up 2 touchdowns with Dak,
right,
you're like, oh, this is different. So yeah, Kevin, I think, and a lot of people because of fantasy also get it wrapped up in, hey man, we need 2,000 yards. We need record-breaking season out of what we're told is going to be the best wide receiver the Cowboys have ever had.
Right.
Which Mike, I did not disagree with you whenever I saw like what the Cowboys could do. Could potentially do.
Well, if that's the case, then I got good news. We're moving in the right direction. Okay. So it's only 4 games, and I get that, and that's what goes along with all of these discussions. But last year, how many times do you think CeeDee Lamb was targeted? Like, what percentage do you think CeeDee Lamb was targeted when the Cowboys threw the ball?
Percentage of the time that CeeDee Lamb was targeted when the Cowboys threw the ball, I would say probably in the 20% range.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Maybe 18.
18.8.
There you go.
And so what's been one of the biggest frustrations about the Cowboys personnel in the offseason? Letting CeeDee Lamb go, right?
Letting Amari Cooper go, yes.
Excuse me. Yes.
What the hell just happened this offseason?
Mike's like, hold on.
How did we get him back?
I missed this one.
I saw him play last week.
What a shocking turn of events to start this. No, yeah. Yep. Thank you. Letting Amari Cooper go. And one of the things they talked about is the Cowboys wanted to see the elevation of CeeDee Lamb and therefore the elevation of Michael Gallup. You're starting to see the elevation of Noah Brown and on.
And you are seeing that.
Exactly. What do you think is the percentage that CeeDee Lamb is being targeted this year? Last year's 18.8.
37%.
Wow. So double. Okay. 32.1%.
Okay.
That's the 3rd highest in the league. Cooper Kupp, 36. Drake London, interestingly enough, with the Falcons. So they're getting right to work with that, which I appreciate, is 2nd. But 32.1% for CeeDee Lamb. So one of the things that we talked about with, this time I'll get it right, Amari Cooper before and CeeDee Lamb now is if you feel like you have a number 1 wide receiver or you have an advantageous matchup, force the ball to that player.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing now.
Dak's probably never going to force the ball.
So you think that's going to... Okay.
But it does seem like Cooper Rush is trusting it more.
You know what's really interesting about that? In the 3 Cooper Rush starts, it's 34.8% that he's being targeted. So even higher. And guess what?
And in all the Dak starts, it's lower. All right, that makes sense.
And
because Dak's afraid.
Well, that was not necessarily.
You only played 1 game with him, Kevin. Come on.
I was like,
he went
that was
2 of 11.
Okay.
Yes. So that was not great. But
very Joey Gallo of him.
We joke and we use the Chris Chambers as the bar of mediocrity for catching passes.
About half.
But on those 34.8% of targets that go to Cooper Rush or from Cooper Rush to CeeDee Lamb, he's catching 68% of them.
Okay.
So like that's a more elite or sustainable level of awesomeness.
From the 2-1-4, he's getting more targets.
Yep.
That fact?
Yep.
But he's a rat guy, run after catch.
Yep.
And they never throw him screen balls. Kevin,
I
Would you like to know?
I think that started to change.
Where he ranks in the top 20 in the NFL in yards after catch.
Ooh, well, you just said the top 20.
Where he ranks in the top 20.
13.
He's not in the top 20, guys.
Oh!
So I wanted to just let y'all know that he's not in the top 20. Do you want to know where he ranks in the top 20 in the NFC?
I feel like he does not rank in the top.
But he ranks in the top 20 in the NFC East.
I'll say no based on the way he's looking.
Tied for 18th.
Okay.
Okay, he has 99 yards after catch. Would you like to know who leads?
I mean,
this is gonna. We can go through this list.
Deebo Samuel. I'm just throwing
he's second. Deebo Samuel's second with 201 yards. Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert is 207. Tyler Higbee 175. AJ Brown 171. Like the list. Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. Those are the guys, Kevin. Even St. Brown. Those are the guys that we are saying. You get yards after catch, we set you up for plays, you go make big plays. Deebo Samuel, we just saw it. He ran past the entire Rams defense the other night on a touchdown pass because he got the ball, and they had scheme designed downfield so that when he got the ball, he makes an explosive play for a touchdown.
Right.
The Cowboys, for some reason, and I feel like this is the way in the run game too, once you get to the hole, congratulations, that's all we needed from the play. That's how I feel the Cowboys scheme is set up a lot of times. And that's why Zeke's and Tony Pollard are like, why aren't we getting anything downfield after they break through the line?
Okay.
I don't think they have any. They're like, oh, you made it through. It's good.
Okay. Is it possible then that they've sort of changed their philosophy to a certain extent about CeeDee Lamb, and maybe that's an error? Because I'm really interested in that stat. So he's not getting a lot of yards after catch.
And even on the screen plays, doesn't it feel like he gets tackled immediately?
Yeah, I could see that. But here's the stat that makes that like all the more confusing. Most 15-plus yard receptions in the NFL. Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown lead the way with 11.
That makes sense.
Okay, so that does make sense. And they're also tied with CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, good.
So, like, that seems odd to me that
he can't break it open on these the underneath stuff.
Yeah, but they're going further with him in regular pass routes. So
how many did you say he has?
11.
11
in 4 games.
Plus, which is kind of what we discussed, Mike, about the Cowboys offense. There is a 15 to 20 yard range that Kellen Moore loves designing routes on. He loves to put the range right there, and Dak likes to throw those passes. And if the Cowboys don't show that they can strike any deeper, if they don't do other things, then defenses can say, we can just keep you underneath all day and we're fine. But to hear that they are doing that pretty consistently, that's a great thing to hear.
If that's the case,
now add the element of being able to take the short routes for big yards.
That was going to be my question. Do you think they will scheme up? Maybe they're blocking a little bit differently for some of those plays, or that will potentially spring him a little bit more for like some of that open field that we all want so much with CeeDee.
I don't know. When I watch San Francisco and I watch Miami, like it seems like those guys do those things very naturally.
So they don't have to scheme up the blocks.
They scheme it, but the guys understand what their roles are downfield and they can execute it very well. And I have not seen it work enough here in Dallas to know that it's going to. So, and there are things downfield that they gotta figure out and play with. But Deebo Samuel understands exactly what he's supposed to do. I get the ball here. Here's where the space should be that I need to run to. And when he sees it, he goes and he's gone. I think CeeDee can find those spaces. I just don't know that. Based on what I've seen, it just seems like when they decide they're going to do that, it's in press coverage, and the guy's a yard and a half across from CeeDee Lamb, and that wasn't quite the play that you wanted to get off.